The reason that we're sharing this with people is because the city is taking other precautions right now, such as limiting the access to Rosarito, and they're creating checkpoints and also limiting the access into Rosarito. So tell us what's going on with these checkpoints.
Basically, what both municipalities have said, and this is both for Ensenada and Rosarito, is that they want to limit the amount of traffic that's coming into town. And the way that they're doing it is by putting either roadblocks or checkpoints. And right now what we're seeing on the screen is Baja was reporting that this Sunday, May 31st, 2020, Ensenada put a checkpoint, and they had a doctor and they had police and military just to make sure that people needed to go into the city for a good reason. So they were actually stopping people from visiting just because they wanted to vacation. What they're asking is for people to take their temperature. As you can see in the first photo with the motorcycle, the guy's actually taking the temperature. There is a doctor, they're questioning the people around, and they're actually turning people back. One of our agents, he wanted to go have lunch, in Ensenada because he's not from Ensenada and he didn't have a real purpose to be in Ensenada. He was actually turned back. So that's what's happening around Ensenada. The same thing is happening in Rosarito, although not as strict. They are putting some roadblocks around the city to minimize the amount of traffic that comes into the city.
We want to say thank you to Diego Knight out there for posting this article. I believe he runs the Baja Talk Time Facebook group, and he's always putting out really good content that what has to do with Rosarito, specifically in our area. So if you haven't joined Baja Talk Time, you should shoot over there and also become a member of that group. It has some really good information. So let's talk about the checkpoints and what do people do if they come up against one of these checkpoints. We want to make it so people are prepared when they come up to one of these checkpoints so there's no surprises. Now, obviously, the officers could ask different people different questions, but as long as you have essential travel, you shouldn't have a problem if you're already prepared. So let's help people be prepared in case they come into one of these checkpoints.
Exactly.
So one of the things I did this morning was I contacted Arturo from FRAU, and Lui will explain what FRAU is. Go ahead.
So Arturo Hernandez is the director of FRAU, which FRAU is the Foreign Residents Attention Office. And it's a government entity that helps the foreign residents in Mexico move around and getting to know the city and so forth. And they actually help them with more than just information. But you contacted Arturo this morning, and actually he told us something very, very interesting, which is how to prepare, or what do you need to prepare to come down to either Rosarito and Ensenada. So I'm gonna play a little audio clip from what he got from him, and then we'll come back.
Kanoa, right now it is necessary, preferably, at least some sort of bill with like for instance, if you're coming into Rosarito, you want any bill with a Rosarito address. Ensenada is even more strict. Or like for instance, if they're going into Ensenada and they have a doctor's appointment, I would think that at least having the doctor's card on them.
Okay, so now, that's what Arturo's, is giving you suggestions. You can even do more than that. So I'm sure you could have other things that you would be able to present that you feel that would show why you were here and that there is essential travel. So that was just a couple of items that Arturo mentioned. But once again, you're going to need to be able to prove to the checkpoints that you do have essential travel, or you could possibly get turned back.
Exactly. So what we are asking the community is that if you have an appointment to come down for whatever reason, and you actually have a good reason to be here, meaning
or you live here, right?
Or you live here. Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people live here. One of the things that you have to make sure that you bring is proof that you have that appointment. So like Arturo was saying, if you have a doctor's appointment, carry with you the doctor's information, their business card, or if you have it, or maybe like a confirmation for the appointment. Same thing if you're here for real estate. If you have an appointment with one of your agents, make sure that you print the confirmation for that appointment, or you have their business cards available so that you can tell the checkpoint, hey, I'm here for essential travel, here is the proof, and that way they can understand better what your intention in the city is. One of the things to keep in mind is they don't want vacationers to come down just yet. We're still in the lockdown, we're asking people to stay home, and that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to keep people home as much as possible. So, but if you do have essential travel, just bring with you the proof of whatever appointment you have, and that'll be sufficient.
And that could be with any business here. So if you have an appointment and you're down here to conduct legitimate business for essential travel, just bring something with you. If you already live here and own property down here, I would bring something that proves that you own property down here and you have the right, you know, and you're going to be going to your home. So anything that would help support what you're going to be telling them if you do come up to one of these checkpoints.
Absolutely. So another thing that we have to keep in mind, Kanoa, in regards to coming down to Rosarito and Ensenada is Rosarito actually has some road closures happening throughout the week. It started back last weekend, you know, when they started putting some restrictions to come into town. So I want to share with you something that Diego Knight was able to gather for us, which is a video of some of the closures in Rosarito.
So these aren't actually like road closures. These are off-ramp closures off the toll road though, right? So this is if you're coming on the toll road and you're going to find that most of the exits that you're used to are blocked right now.
Exactly. They started this last weekend to prevent, you know, the vacationers to come down for Memorial Day weekend, and they're still in place. So meaning that some of the road closures are still in place. There is one exit that you guys can take. However, just be very cautious when you're coming down to Rosarito. You'll find that a lot of the exits from the highway are closed.
So the Walmart, like if you're getting off at the Walmart, if you're getting off at the McDonald's, those are all closed. Even the Dairy Queen is closed. If there was an off-ramp there, there's only one off-ramp as of yesterday when I was coming back from Marisol. We were at one of the developments yesterday. That we only one of the off-ramps were open. And Louis is going to show you which off-ramp that is.
So I want to show you a map, a picture of the map. So this is going southbound into Ensenada. So as you can see up in my screen, this is where you're headed to the big Pemex station where most people used to get out. That is closed, just like we saw earlier in the video, it's closed. So this is the exit that you guys actually can take. As you're coming into the exit, you'll see this sign, which is called La Paloma, Popotla, Calafia, Las Rocas. This is the exit that is unblocked. The rest of the exits are blocked. So you want to take this one to either go right and go into town, into Rosarito downtown, or you want to take a left and continue going on the free road towards Ensenada and South Rosarito.
So we just want to make sure that if you guys are coming into Rosarito Beach, you're going to know how to access it. Once again, as of right now, there's only one access point, but that could change at any time. There's been no official announcements when those off-ramps are going to be opened up again. If you're coming in, just make sure you know which off-ramp to use, because if not, you're going to have to go down and turn around and it'll get a little complicated. Thank you for watching our video. If you're planning on buying real estate in the Rosarito Beach area, make sure to give us a call. Have a great day, everybody.